Today I want to talk about a jungle, right? A jungle. More than just a dangerous jungle. This jungle is considered to be one of the worst jungles on this earth. Also considered to be one of the least visited places on this earth. It's called the Darien Gap, a remote, roadless jungle which is on the border between Panama and Colombia. It's filled with the common jungle habitat of strange plants, animals you did not want to meet at all, ever. And then you have to throw in a bunch of drug smuggling outlaws. Because this Darien Gap is a smuggling corridor between these two countries, and it's very seldom seen by outsiders. Now, Darien Gap has a rather unique lure of the adventurous. I mean, there's exotic plants, there's rare wildlife. There's some indigenous people in there, and then there's some paramilitary individuals that go back and forth between drugs and sex trafficking. As I said, there are no roads here in the Darien Gap, just footpaths. Indigenous people that live in the Darien Gap, they build their homes on stilts. They build them up there to avoid nasty animals and flooding. Now, because of all this criminal activity in the area, access to most of the Darien area is not possible, really. To get there, to be able to go in there and just to camp and look around, you'd have to get permission. You have to request permission from the Senafont, which is the quote-unquote militia of the area, and they will decide whether you are allowed to enter and what you're allowed to do while you're there. Now, depending who's shipping what, where, and how, sometimes the area is completely off limits. Now, Darien's home to not only these humankind that are of the nasty, illegal persuasion, they're home to a lot of species of strange things like poison frogs, harlequin toad, clown frog. A lot of these species were thought to be extinct, but not in the Darien Gap. The primary mode of transportation for the indigenous peoples of the area are canoes. They're called piragua canoes. Some are stuck with only using paddles. Some that can afford it, an outboard motor for their canoe. Most of them manage to get around with handmade wooden paddles. Now, if you're in this jungle at night, be ready for a very, very noisy night. You think you're going to have a nice, peaceful night? No. Quite wrong. The wildlife there are quite symphonic, you might say. You're going to hear them. You're going to hear them loud and long. If you happen to go to Darien's Gap, take along a machete. Now, as you're hiking around going through Darien's Gap, you're going to find black scorpions, fire ants, the fer-de-lance snake, jaguars, one of those nice botflies which lay the eggs under your skin and then they hatch later. There's wild pigs. Most of these I don't think I would want to meet, and you probably would not want to meet them either. Then there's beautiful trees. Beautiful trees. You know, palm trees are beautiful, right? They have what they call a black palm tree. It's called a chunga palm tree. It's a black palm with spikes. That's right. You don't go hugging this tree. Tree huggers stay away from this black palm. They've got long, very sharp, bacteria-covered spines, and it's quite nasty if you should happen to decide to brush into this tree. You're not going to forget it. So I would say if you're looking to go to a jungle and get some beautiful pictures of wild animals and plant life, Darien's Gap is not the place that I would pick. Thank you very much for watching. Take care. Please like, subscribe, share with like-minded friends. Feel free to leave a comment. Take care, everybody. Bye for now.